Chapter 1: Evolution of Computers. A computer is an electronic device that receives data as input, stores and processes it into meaningful information, and provides the required output. Computers have the ability to calculate as well as to store and perform various other tasks according to the instructions we provide. Calculating devices. A computer has evolved a lot for the last couple of decades. In earlier days, the computer was such a big machine that required space like a complete room. But with the ever-changing technological world, a computer has been reduced from a bulky machine to as small as that of a notebook. Let us read about some of the calculating devices used in the earlier times. Abacus. Abacus stands for Abundant Beads Addition and Calculation Utility System, was most likely invented by Babylon, now Iraq, over 5,000 years ago. But its use was perfected by Chinese. An abacus was mainly used to perform simple calculations such as counting, addition and subtraction. It was constructed as a wooden frame with beads sliding on wires or rods. The upper portion of abacus is called heaven and its lower part is called earth. Napier's bone. Napier's bone was developed in 1617 by a Scottish mathematician named John Napier. It was developed to speed up the long multiplication and division. It performed multiplication with repeated addition and division with repeat action. It even calculated square roots. This calculating device consists a set of rectangular rods with numbers inscribed on them. These rods were usually made up of carved bones, ivory, wood or metal. Pascaline. The Pascaline or the Pascal's calculator was the first mechanical calculator invented by a French mathematician named Blaise Pascal, Cirsa, 1642 and 1644, to assist his father's work as a tax collector. It was the first calculator to be used commercially. It used gears, wheels and dials to work. The numbers were displayed using the dials and simple addition and subtraction could be performed on it. Analytical engine. Charles Babbage was an English mathematician and computer pioneer who invented the analytical engine in 1837. The analytical engine was much more than a calculator. He had 5 units: input, output, store, mill and control. Store was used for storing the data, mill was used as the calculating unit, and control was used to manage all the units. Today, every computer is constructed on the basis of these 5 units. An English mathematician and writer, Lady Augusta Ada Lovelace, was the first person to recognize that the machine, analytical engine, had applications beyond pure calculation. She created the first algorithm intended to be carried out by such a machine. As a result, she is often considered as the first computer programmer. Boolean algebra. Boolean algebra or Boolean logic was framed by an English mathematician, George Boole. It can express the output of an expression by the use of a simple concept of true or false. Boole linked the numbers with a binary number system representing the positive value as 1 and negative value as 0. Today, this logic is the fundamental principle used in every computer's control unit. Mark I. Mark I or Mark I was invented during the time of World War II in the United States in 1944 by a Harvard professor named Howard Aiken. It was the first fully automatic large-scale calculator. It used punched cards to store the information. It was capable of performing long and complex calculations automatically. The main drawback of this machine was its huge size of a room, and complex design. The machine was more than 50 feet long, 8 feet high, and weighed nearly 5 tons. ENIAC, Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer, was the first electronic digital computer used for general purpose. It was designed and built in 1945 by John Mauchly and J. Presper Eckert. It was invented for the US Army to calculate weapons firing tables, but gradually it excited the public's imagination and was made available for general use in 1946. It had 18,000 vacuum tubes and was 1,000 times faster than Mark I, consuming 150 kilowatt of power. It weighed 30 tons and covered an area of about 1,800 square feet. EDVAC, Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer, was one of the first electronic computers that used the binary system and had memory more than any computer invented before it. Like the ENIAC, it was also built to calculate weapons, firing tables, and its public presentation was carried through in 1947. It considered a tube of mercury in which an electronic pulse could be bounced back and forth to retrieve the binary state devices for storing zeros and ones. EDVAC was a multi-purpose computer. Inventor. EDVAC was invented by John Mauchly and J. Presper Eckert in collaboration with John von Neumann. UNIVAC. The UNIVAC 1, Universal Automatic Computer 1, was the first commercial computer produced in the United States. It was designed by J. Presper Eckert and John Mauchly, designers of the ENIAC, in 1951. It could read 7,200 decimal digits per second. It do not use binary numbers, making it by far the fastest business machine yet built. It comprised some 5,000 vacuum tubes and weighed nearly 15 tons. It used magnetic tape reels which could store 1 MB of data. In 1952, the UNIVAC 1 successfully predicted the outcome of the 1952 presidential election during televised news broadcast. Modern computers. The principle of a modern computer was proposed in a newspaper by Alan Turing. He wrote about a simple device that he called the Universal Computing Machine, now known as Universal Turing Machine. He proved that such a machine is capable of computing anything by executing instructions known as programs stored on a tape. Types of computers. There are 4 basic types of computers are as under. Microcomputers. The microcomputers are the most commonly used and the fastest growing computers. These computers are specially designed for general usage such as entertainment, education, and work purposes. For example, IBM PC. Microcomputers can be divided further into the following types. Desktop computers. A desktop computer is a personal computer, also known as a PC, which usually includes a power supply, a processing unit, and disk storage, a keyboard and mouse for input and output devices such as monitor, printer, speakers, scanner, etc. Laptop computers. A laptop, also called a notebook computer, is a small and portable personal computer. It combines the input and output capabilities of a desktop computer. Therefore, a laptop is more expensive than a desktop computer. Tablets. A tablet is a thin and flat package, usually with a mobile operating system, LCD touchscreen display, and a rechargeable battery. It lacks some input and output capabilities as compared to other computers. Palm-top computers. A palm-top computer is a personal computer that literally fits in the palm of your hand. It is severely limited in functioning as compared to computers because they are designed for certain functions such as phone books and calendars. Some of the examples are Hewlett-Packard OmniGo 700 LX and Pocket PC Classic. Handheld devices. Palm tops that use a pen for input rather than a keyboard are called handheld computers or PDAs, personal digital assistants. You can carry them in your pocket and easily hold it in your hand. A handheld device can either be a smartphone or a game console. Mini computers. Mini computers are small machines that can be accommodated on a small spaced disk. These are generally used by small businesses and firms. Mini computers are also called as mid-range computers as they are cheap in price. For example, Texas Instrument TI 990 K202. Mainframe computers. Mainframes computers are generally known for their large size, amount of storage. They are primarily used by large organizations for critical applications. A mainframe computer has the ability to run multiple operating systems simultaneously. For example, IBM Z Series System Z10. Supercomputers. Supercomputers are the most powerful computers in terms of performance and data processing. These are generally used by large organizations as they are very specialized and task-specific computers. For example, Cray 1, Cray 2, Param and Pratyush. Quick recap. A computer is an electronic device that receives data as input, stores and processes it into meaningful information and provides the required output. Some of the calculating devices used in the earlier times are Abacus, Napier's Bone, Pascaline, Analytical Engine, Mark I, ENIAC, EDSAC, and UNIAC 1. Boolean algebra can express the output of an expression by the use of a simple concept of true or false. A computer is capable of computing anything by executing instructions known as programs stored on a tape. There are 4 basic types of modern-day computers: microcomputers, mini-computers, mainframe computers, and supercomputers. Microcomputers can be divided further into desktop, laptop, tablets, palm top, and handheld computers.